Well, good morning. You caught me here on my swing, and I'm just excited about being with you today. I'm Jim, and we're here at my home, and I just thought about yesterday and the day before, man. Joseph, what an example of a believer. Be thou an example of a believer. Be a type. And I mean, impress people like a typewriter. Remember those old typewriters? You know, you hit them, and those old typewriters would impress the paper, bang, and then press that with the letter. Man, when you come into people's lives, be so excited about Jesus that you impress them with Jesus. You know, it's not about us, it's about him using us, that we might be an example of a believer in the lives of people's that come into our lives. It's brought to us by the Lord and by the Holy Spirit. Those little bitty divine appointments. You know, always remember this. Always remember this. You can't save anybody yourself. You can just be an example of one who is saved and the joy of that salvation. But God has to save. God has to impress their heart. God has to bring them to that position where they surrender their life, because that's a big deal. That's a big deal to surrender, to get back out of being in control and letting God be in control. And that's what Joseph we see here. Okay, so let's get to the fact that here we're in the 40th chapter. We're coming to the 41st chapter, coming in the middle of it. And so Pharaoh brings Joseph. Joseph's all cleaned up, and he's all excited. He's got the smile on his heart, and he said, "Whoa, this is amazing." But he's just saying, "To God be the glory." So the Pharaoh brings Joseph. He sent and called for Joseph and brought him quickly out of the dungeon, got him all cleaned up, and it said, he comes and he says, I've had a dream, but I have heard it said that you can understand a dream and you can interpret it. I hear somebody tell me, you know, there's always these people that give your testimony, and it says, well, I know a guy. I know a guy that can interpret dreams. And so I sent for you because somebody told me of your reputation. And so Joseph answered Pharaoh, and here, I love this, and this is what we've been talking about. I love this. It's not in me. It's not in me. It is that God will give Pharaoh the answer of peace. God will do it. I can't. Now, I want you to know that. So he said, then Pharaoh said to Joseph, behold, in my dream I stood on the bank river. Suddenly there were 7 cows came out of the river, and fine looking, fat, and they were in the meadow. And there were 7 other cows that came out, and they were ugly, gaunt, ugly, skinny cows, and they ate up the good ones. And then I woke. Oh, okay. So then we go on in chapter 41. It said, and also I had a dream suddenly of 7 heads came up. We talked about it, of the stalks, and the full, and they were good. Then behold, 7 heads withered, thin, just blighted by the east wind, and sprang up after them, and the thin heads devoured the 7 good heads. So I am told this. I told it to the magicians, and no one could explain it to me. And Joseph said to Pharaoh, the dreams of Pharaoh that you had are one. The two are one. They say the same thing. God has shown this to Pharaoh, and he is about to do it. So he said, look, this is getting close. This is one dream. This is getting across one point. And the fact is that, you're going to hear my little dog here. And the fact is that there are 2 witnesses, and God's going to do this right soon. So the 7 cows in the 7 years, the 7 cows are 7 years, and the 7 good heads are 7 years. The dream are one, and the 7 thin and ugly cows came up after them of the 7 years, and the 7 empty heads blighted by the east wind are 7 years of famine. This is the thing which I spoke to Pharaoh, and God has shown Pharaoh what he's about to do. Indeed, 7 years of great plenty, but after that 7 years of famine. He was giving them something that was going to happen. He's prophesying, basically. He said the dream is helping you to get ready for the future. You know, that's the thing about a vision and a dream. A dream and a vision helps you get prepared for your future. And so many people they just don't wait on God long enough. They just want to do their own. Listen, you can have your own dream. You can have a dream of this or that and accomplish it. But wouldn't you rather have God's dream? Wouldn't you rather have someone's the God of the universe that can see the first from the last and the last from the first? Wouldn't you want his dream in your life so that you can be propelled even from here, even through eternity, to have an effect? And I remember in my own life, I was so touched that I could be a part of somebody's destiny because of a gift or voice. I could pick songs that would illustrate truth that could possibly make someone stop and think and allow God to give them their dream or their vision. Oh, I got so excited about it. I just couldn't contain myself. In fact, I've been non-containing myself for 50 some years now. And you know what? I got so excited, I'm way past 5 minutes. I'll see you tomorrow.